Oh my gosh, me too. I probably failed it.
You're so mad. I went through the whole study guide. He said that's all we needed to do, and it should have been.
Oh no!
We have identified 2 problems with aluminum soda cans. First, as you just saw, they are easy to spill. Second, they do not hold in their carbonation.
So a way that we could solve both of those problems is that there could be a cap on the can. But even though you can go and buy caps like that in the store, no one really bothers to do that. So a better idea would be to put the cap onto the can.
Most of my validation efforts actually happen here on campus and then also at a local market just down the road. Here on campus, what I do is I would go in between classes. Usually people have their headphones in and they're walking to classes. I made sure to take mine out and I'd stop people as they're walking. I'd walk with them to class and I'd ask them questions about the soda can lid that we're trying to come up with.
So I decided to use Instagram. Instagram has a lot of different ways to be able to get feedback from other people, and it has a huge demographic.
So to validate our idea of the soda can lid, I have a bunch of friends that do summer sales, and they all have like tons of kids that come do all their trainings. And at the trainings they always have soda for everyone, so I went around and just asked all the random kids. I was like, hey, like if you guys had a soda can that like the top could spin and like block it off so you can put it down, like no, it's not gonna get kicked over, like is that something you guys think would be a good idea? And then I almost got 100% success rate with that.
Question number 1 was, what's the biggest pain of using a soda can? And then the question number 2 had a poll right before it, and it was, would you rather use a water bottle or a soda can? And then right below it, it said why. So the first one, people said the majority was a lot of spilling. They can't put it in their backpack when they're on their way to school, and so like you have to drink it all at once.
A lot of students, preferably with energy drinks actually, they don't want to drink the entire bottle right away. They'll drink like half of it so it doesn't just completely wreck them in the beginning. They'll drink half and then they'll put it away for a little bit, either in the fridge or they'll kind of keep it next to them as they're studying. And they found that the biggest problem was if you leave an energy drink after a while, the carbonation goes away and it tastes like you're just drinking battery acid.
On the next question, a lot of people said they preferred using a water bottle because of the cap. It was just cap, cap, cap.
But there are pains that come with that as well, being that beverages in plastic bottles don't taste as good because it mixes with the chemicals in the plastic, as well as caps getting lost pretty easily.
I learned when I was validating that it's not a huge pain point to have a cap on these cans, but if you ask people whether or not they would buy it when they saw it next to normal canned products, they said that they probably would.
I talked to a lot of parents, and moms with kids seem to love the product, and dads on long commutes to work liked it, so that way they could cap their drinks in their cup holders just in case they had to like swerve really fast. They didn't have to worry about their drinks spilling at all.
I surveyed a total of 65 people, and about 95% of those people said that they would definitely go with this soda can. Somebody responded by saying that it would have saved them from buying a new laptop last week because of a spill from a soda can. A lot of parents responded by saying that they would feel a lot safer giving a soda to their child.
Something that I learned is that it's important to make sure that the people you validate with are in your demographic. A lot of the people we talked to said that they didn't drink soda, but a lot of the people that did drink soda were interested in the product.
What I learned is that validation is all about the point where you're adapting. So one of the things that we noticed was that not everyone drinks soda, because a lot of our questions was, do you drink soda? And not as many people drink soda as they do energy drinks or juice necessarily from cans. So we started expanding our demographic of people we were asking about those things and aluminum cans in general.
More specifically from that, after doing our validations, our demographic became moms and dads that are on the go, that their soda cans are spilling, and also college students.
Something that I learned during validation is that people are also willing to help you improve your product and give you tips on how to make your product better before you put it on the market.
Instead of telling them what solution we were trying to solve, I'd ask them, if this was on your soda can, what do you think this would solve? And like I said, the carbonation, but it definitely allowed them to answer the question and help us understand what we were trying to bring value to.
So in validating our product, we ran into a problem when we learned that Mountain Dew was selling a similar product. Their product is an aluminum can with a plastic tab that slides over the mouth hole.
And our idea was to attach that little cap to the end of this little tab.
So all you have to do is open the can like you're used to. You'll see behind it a small little aluminum cap that will have directions on it of how to spin it around over top of the lid where you drink. and then it'll lock into place into a small beveled dip that is inside of the top of the can, and it'll rest there. It'll be perfect for you while you're moving around, and then when you're ready to open up your can again to take another drink, you just slip it back to the side behind the opening and you can drink away.
We believe that our product has the advantage because it is made out of aluminum rather than plastic. That means that it can be manufactured along with the can, which makes it cheaper to manufacture. Our can is also fully recyclable.
We took it into account that we have competitors, but I feel like that was also a validation point to us. The fact that people are already selling those means that it's already in the market and it's worth selling, and so that added to our validation.
The biggest thing that I learned during the validation phase was that there are already solutions to this pain that we have pinpointed, but perhaps not the best solution. So I think we were able to find a better solution that no one else has been able to find yet.
The main lesson I learned is that oftentimes the problem that we think we're solving as entrepreneurs is not the problem that customers want us to solve. For example, we thought we were going to just be solving spilling aluminum cans, but the biggest feedback we got was actually with carbonation.
And something that I learned from validating was just that, like, when you have an idea and it like sounds like a pretty good idea and you just ask people about it, and it's a good idea, people are gonna think that you're actually a lot smarter than you are. Like, most of the kids are seriously like, dude, you're such a genius, like how did I not think of that, like that's a super good idea. So something I learned was just like validate your idea, like it gives you confidence, it gives you a lot more motivation to like really make your product become something real, or your idea become a product.
I learned that there are three main things that every entrepreneur needs to learn who is bringing a new product into market. The first is to understand their target market and what customers are wanting or demanding. The second is to identify marketing strategies for these potential buyers so that it will be more enticing towards them. And third, it was to make final adjustments to the product based on customer feedback so that they will be willing to make a purchase in the future when the product is available.
We realized that not a lot of college students or other people who had said that they would like the product would be willing to pay extra money for it. However, we pivoted and we changed it to catering towards corporate clients. So Pepsi, Coca-Cola, those big companies that produce soda cans, we try to sell to them actually and have a business-to-business model. The reason why we do that is because all they would need to do is we change the shape of that little, what do you call it? Like the clicking. So we'd hope to patent our product and then sell the rights to use that product to these big corporations, because they already have marketing channels, they already have clientele, and they already have a fan base. And so we can use them to market our product.